outskirts of town. Hollis Brown, he lived on the outskirts of town with his wife and 5 children, his cabin broken down. He looked for work and money and he walked each ragged mile. He looked for work and money and he fought each ragged mile. The children are so hungry, they don't know how to smile. Your baby's eyes are crazy now, they're tugging at your sleeve. Your baby's eyes are crazy, they're tugging at your sleeve. You walk the floor, wonder why, every breath you breathe. Rats have got your flowers and bloody got your hair. Rats have got your flowers and bloody got your hair. Is there anyone who knows? Is there anyone who cares? Your baby's eyes were crazy, they're tugging at your sleeve. Your baby's eyes look crazy, they're tugging at your sleeve. You walk the floor, wonder why, every breath you breathe. There's 7 breezes blowing all around the cabin door. 7 breezes blowing all around the cabin door. Somewhere in the distance, there's 7 new people born. Well, as you can see, we're trying something a little bit different now. I've used the microphone. I've had it for some years. I've never bothered to try it because it's a bit difficult to set up, as you'll hear with a certain amount of background noise I feel with that microphone. And it's not stereo, it's just mono. But we try and see if it makes any difference on the music side. And this time, instead of picking a card on the last video, we didn't pick a card because the last video took a lot of effort to make, and I feel if we'd picked a card it would have been too much to have to go through some big process of looking at a card all day and all night, because it took all day to make the last video. I did sleep late in the morning, and so the day was over by the time I did that last video, and it was a big video to make, big one. And you can see, so that was the lake. And so what we're going to do is we're going to put the lake back in the pack. And now we're going to pick today's video's card. Now, this song, I never played this song before. I do know the song from my young days. I used to listen to this song really over and over and over again when I was a child when I was about 12 or 13 years old, something like this, and I loved this song. For some reason I just did it for me, and I've never played it my whole life. It's funny. So yesterday this song just came to me and I started to play it, and I thought, oh yeah, that's how it goes, that's how it goes. I'm not sure if that's how it goes exactly, but that's how I found to make it go on the guitar. So Hollis Brown, yeah. So about who cares about poverty. Anyway, now we're going to pick the card. Perhaps there's some relationship between the song and the card. I don't know why we do it this way. Maybe it's to make more videos, video miracles. I don't know if there is a video miracle here. We'll just have to look and see. What's this? Obey. No. Organization. Obey. No organization. Oh, that's very interesting. That's an amazing card to get with Hollis Brown. You'd think if you did that, you'd end up like Hollis Brown. Maybe Hollis Brown obeyed some organization that got him stuck in his cabin, all broken down. So let's have a look at this card a little bit. And I'm going to turn the camera off now. I'm going to colour it in, and then we'll continue this card of the day. Okay, well, I just coloured it in, and you can see I did this pool. First of all, I put this in blue, and I did this in red, and I put a red pool like blood. I saw this was blood over here, and after I got a pile of blood at the bottom, what I did was I put all some black stuff over top of it. I thought, oh, that looks like Gaza, yeah, black and red. And so I put Palestine and Israel, because Israel is a fake organization. It's not a nation, Israel. It's a fake organization. It's a Zionist organization. And the Palestinian people, they are the real, natural people of the land there. And these other people were born in foreign countries all over the world and just got together and said, we're going to create a company called Israel, and we're going to plant it in the Middle East, stealing all these people's land. And so you can see what's happened to the Palestinian people is pretty much the same as what happened to Hollis Brown, right? And is there anybody who knows? Is there anybody who cares? Yeah. Hollis Brown, he lived on the outskirts of town. Hollis Brown, he lived on the outskirts of town. His wife and 5 children, and his cabin broken down. He prayed to the Lord above, please make me a friend. He prayed to the Lord above, please send me a friend. Oh, he ain't got no dollar, so he ain't got no friend. You ain't got no dollar, so you ain't got no friend. Okay? Because the Palestinian people are not the friends of America. Because America is the friends of Israel. Okay? Because they've organised themselves this way. It's an organisation. They got together and they said, we're going to create the Western American greed cult, and you're going to be the head of it, Israel. We're going to be your mates, so you're going to allow us to be the biggest part of it. And we'll see who else we can get to join, the UK and all these other people. What we'll do is, we'll just carve up the world, we'll rule the world, and we'll do what we like in it, yeah? And so now we're going to build condominiums in the Middle East and suck out all the oil to pay for it, and it's going to be completely free. Because we're just going to steal it from the Palestinian people, right? Now this is exactly what happened to Hollis Brown, I'll tell you that, because Hollis Brown was just living on the land like a sharecropper, you know. He didn't have any money, and so somebody had organised it so he didn't own his land. Somebody else owned the land. The bank owned the land, probably, something like this. The bank is an organisation, yeah. There's no organisations in nature. There's only people, okay. And if you create an organisation, what you do is you wake up one morning and say, I'm going to create an organisation. Because I've created my own organisations. I've created 3 organisations. It's just me, really. In my life, I've had 3 organisations. So, what will I call my organisation? Now, the first organisation I created, I'll call it Unisoft. Yeah, Unisoft. This is a good name. Okay. 20 years later, I get this company called Unisoft coming trying to steal the name from me. I didn't even have the name anymore, you know, I wasn't even using it. Who gives a damn, you know? Why didn't they just use their own name? Why didn't they just call, I'm Adam, you know? My name's Adam. And that's what I am. I'm Adam of Bremen, because Bremen is where I became Adam of Bremen, okay? So I gave honour to a previous Adam of Bremen. I moved to Bremen, got in contact with the ancestor, the ancestor got me to help with the work of writing a history of the church. I wrote a history of the church in Bremen and took the name, baptised myself with the name of Adam of Bremen. You know. So that's a natural organisation. Me and the ancestors and my lady. And that was my name for some time. So I went to Africa and I met a gentleman there, Mohammed his name was. He was a Muslim guy. He gave me a little house to stay in and said, you can be my son. I'll make you my son. And I said, well, thank you very much. So I'll call my name now Adam of Bremen Crewbelly, because his name was Crewbelly. And so that's how I got the other part of my name. So as the organisation grew, so the name grew to say what it was, actually, the reality of it, okay? And Elon Musk is a very high-level person working for God. You have no idea what level Elon Musk is on, because he's still in his material phase, so he's not joined the church permanently. To join the church permanently, you have to give away all your material possessions. Yeah. He started to do that, actually. I know he gave his houses away and stuff like that. And his organisations are called X, which means no organisation. X, that's what X means. It just means no. And it's a big sign. We don't want no organisation. We don't need no organisation. We don't need no thought control. Yeah, just another brick in the wall. And basically that's all the Palestinians are. They ain't got no bricks and they ain't got no walls, okay? They've just got like the results of organisation taking it to its ultimate extreme as murdered, butchered and killed and destroyed the land of the Palestinians. Okay, and this is the greatest crime ever committed in the whole history of humanity. Far, far worse than anything that happened in World War II, believe you me. This is terrible, and you've all seen the pictures of it, yeah. Terrible, terrible, terrible. And it's not just one thing, like Dresden was just one event. This has been going on and on and on and on. And, you know, is there anyone who knows? Is there anyone who cares? Hollis Brown was living in America at the time of the Dust Bowl and all that sort of stuff. And the banks formed a big organisation to just steal all the land and drive all the sharecroppers off the land. That's what happened. And they woke up one day and they just found, you've got to go. It's our farm now. You've got to go. Yeah. And so these people had to find some way of moving themselves. Yeah. And there's a great movie about this if you want to watch it. I have it here somewhere. I wouldn't know where, so I'm not going to drag it out. And a lot of them headed towards California to try to start new lives there. Got in their old truck, bought an old truck, sold all they had, bought an old truck, drove off to California, a long way. And they had to just find their way across the land, yeah, just with God, only with God, to feed them and help them. Hollis Brown didn't do that. Hollis Brown shot all of his kids, his wife and his kids. He just shot them all and shot himself. That was the end of them, yeah. The ones that did the move, a lot of them, when they got to California, there was the highway police and the National Guard, yeah. You can't come in here because we're organised ourselves. We're the organisation, yeah. Okay. And this organisation is fake. It's completely fake. There's no naturalness to it. In nature, we have natural kings. We have natural boundaries. We have natural tribes of people. And when it comes time to move, those people can move because there's no fences being built into the land, no borders, no national borders. And so they're free to move wherever God takes them. And if they're free to move wherever God takes them, they'll end up in the place where they belong, right? Now, what's happening now is a lot of people know they have to go to England. Yeah? They just know it. In Africa, they just got to go there. That's their karma. And so they're pouring into England. Yeah? And the organisation of the UK, that's a terrible word, it's the opposite of coup. Coup is like to make a bad fruit, and is to see a bad fruit. Coup. Alright, coup is a bad fruit, that's what coup is. Ka is a good fruit. Anything with a U on the end of it, that means you. You know that you is ugly. Ugly. Coup. It's what it means. It's how it changes the meaning of the consonant. Right? So, fake organisations, we've got USAID. Turns out that USAID is now the worst than the CIA organisation. It's the CIA, undercover, stuff that the CIA can't get away with doing, it gives to USAID to do, yeah? And USAID is just like created pools of blood wherever it's gone. It's a fake organisation. And there was a very great master, Krishnamurti, came to this world as a messiah. He was sent to teach the people a new way forward. And he disbanded, the first act he did when he went on his big mission was to disband this organisation. There can't be any organisations. All organisation is fake, yeah? You know, you get up with an idea, you put a name on it, you give a name to it, you create a complete false entity. You write it down on a piece of paper. Now it's more important than a person, yeah? And if the people involved in it do anything bad, oh no, it wasn't us, it's the organisation. We left last week, you know, and oh, it doesn't look like there's anybody there now, the doors are all shut up. What's going on? Oh, now they're giving themselves another name and popped up over there, called USAID. It used to be called the CIA. You understand what's going on? And all these stupid 3-letter acronym people, these are the very worst of them all. Very worst of them all. They haven't even got a word for them. It's just AI. Open AI. Open AI, which is not open, it's closed. You know, Elon Musk was very, very, very upset about that. But this is the way it is in all these organisations. They're all called the exact opposite of what they are. You know? You think they're a government, but they're not. They're a cartel, a mafia, yeah? So the world's waking up, and the world is waking up to all these organisations, these fake organisations, truth about it. And the truth is going to set everybody free. And it started to set most people free, and in the end it will set everybody free. And in the end we have to have no organisation, none. You know, the EU is an organisation, it's got to go. The German government was set up as an organisation by the Americans and the Zionist, Israeli Western greed cult. They set it up, okay? And so the Germans, they want their own constitution, they want to be free of all this terrible fake organisation. And so there's a crime, untold numbers of crimes committed in this world in the name of organisations. And the planet is being destroyed by organisations. It's organisations that create the big, huge ships and the planes that fly around all the time and everything that's polluting and destroying, the big trucks that are on the road. All this gigantism is created by organisations. If anything goes wrong with this stuff, you can't fix it unless you've got special facilities, yeah? They put propellers on ships that can't be taken off anywhere in the world except where they were built. What happens if it breaks down in the Horn of Africa or something stupid like that? The organisation doesn't care because you've got another fake organisation called Lloyd's, the insurance organisations. They say, oh well, just let it rot and here's the money for it, yeah? All this stuff is really, really, really bad. And it's just, you see this eye over here, it's just Big Brother watching you, okay, saying obey, obey, obey. And in actual fact, these organisations have made it impossible for the people to live on the land. If you go and build a house somewhere, someone will say, oh you can't build a house here. I say, why not? Nobody else is doing anything with this piece of land. No, belongs to the organisation. They're not doing anything with it. They just let it go into decrepit stuff like this. But you can't touch it because you're not one of us. You don't belong to the organisation. Okay? The mafia. And it might shock some of you to hear this, what I'm saying, but it's the absolute truth. And the truth is going to set you free. The truth will only the truth will set you free. And when you come into the truth, you understand you don't belong to any fake things. You've got to get You've got to leave all the fake organisations. And you'll find there are real organisations, natural organisations. You might find yourself meeting a few guys and calling yourself the Beatles. You know, the Beatles, Les Beat, the Beat. They were a beat band, the Beatles, yeah, Les Beat. And in America there was the band, yeah. They didn't call themselves the Manic Street Preachers or something like that, although they might have been that. You know, that's again probably just describes who they were. The Manic Street Preachers were Manic Street Preachers, probably going around playing music and getting the message out to the people. So that was a real organisation, probably. Otherwise, you just call yourself by your name, Bob Dylan. Yeah. Well, that wasn't his real name. His name was Robert Zimmerman. Yet he took that name, Bob Dylan, when he went through his initiation, took the higher level. So there's nothing wrong with that. I was born with another name. Now I have my name, Adam. You know. Well, that got chopped off, didn't it? I think I pulled the card out a bit soon. Now, there is somebody, the organisations aren't watching us. Nobody's watching you. The organisations don't give a damn about you. Yeah? They're not watching you. They might send you sort of messages, say, pay me this, pay me that. But if you don't obey them, they give up on you. That's the truth of it. And so it's better not to obey the organisations. And there's only one person watching you, and it's God that's watching you. And if you obey organisations, God's going to say, no. You're going to have a bad time of your life. You know, you're going to have misfortune and suffering, all that sort of stuff, before you learn not to obey any organisations. So don't do it. Don't obey any organisations. I don't. And you think it's hard. And it seems hard because they've programmed you. They've got your brain all programmed up, and you've got to break away from that somehow. And somehow just do it. And in that process of doing it, we become more free. And it's easy if you just walk in the road, hit the road jack and walk around, because you can just walk somewhere else. And nobody's bothered. You can go anywhere in this world and sleep where you like. And if somebody comes along and bothers you, just go somewhere else. Yeah, they can't do anything to you. Yeah, and so you find that out. That's why people need to go on pilgrimage, because they find out that there's no consequences to disobeying authority and organisation. There's no consequences unless you argue and fight with it. You don't want to do that. But in the end, they'll just throw you out. Even if they arrest you, they'll take you into the building and they go blah 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 with a little bit, and in the end they'll just chuck you back out in the street because they don't want to look after you. And if they did chuck you somewhere else to look after you, you'd have a fine time too, because you know, you'd be fed and you'd be warm for a bit. Maybe it's cold outside or something. There's always some good fortune happens from not obeying organisations, yeah, and going with the flow of whatever happens to you. So God is watching over you, and God will look after you, make sure that everything's okay in your life. And when you get to be too old, then you end up in a place like this, I suppose, and then you have got some ties to organisations. There are organisations that own these bricks and mortar, and there are organisations that send me money, and there's organisations that want me to pay the electricity bill, and there's organisations that there's all sorts of connections to organisations. Yet if you organise yourself correctly with all this stuff, you don't have to even touch it. I don't touch anything. I don't pay any bills at the end of the month. I don't do anything. It's all looked after for me. All the bills get paid automatically. The money comes in, the money goes out. I don't have to do anything. Yeah, I don't. If anybody sends me a bill, through the door, I bin it. I just bin it. If anybody sends me if I get some bad letter from the BBC, I don't even open it. I just bin it. Yeah, and I might put it in a really dirty place, together with a whole lot of rubbish. Yeah, because that's what they are. They're just a whole lot of rubbish. And sometimes it's not easy. Yet it's easier than obeying, believe you me, it's easier than obeying. Now, it's interesting, I had a look at the quality of the video, because now I'm closer to the camera. The speaking is a lot better close to the camera, although the picture's not as interesting. I prefer the camera to be zoomed in a bit and further away. But obviously it affects the quality of the sound. And I noticed that when I play the guitar on this camera here, it doesn't sound as good as what I did with the other microphone. So I'll show you that if you like. I'll put the first clip on the end of the video so you can see the difference between what it sounds like through the guitar. Is there anyone who knows? Is there anyone who cares? And then you can hear what it sounds like through the microphone. Thanks for watching. Hollis Brown, he lived on the outskirts of town. Hollis Brown, he lived on the outskirts of town, with his wife and 5 children, his cabin broken down. He looked for work and money, and he walked each ragged mile. He looked for work and money, and he fought each ragged mile. The children are so hungry, they don't know how to smile. Your baby's eyes are crazy now, they're tugging at your sleeve. Your baby's eyes are crazy, they're tugging at your sleeve. You walk the floor, wonder why, every breath you breathe. Rats have got your flowers and bloody got your hair. Rats have got your flowers and bloody got your hair. Is there anyone who knows? Is there anyone who cares? Your baby's eyes were crazy, they're tugging at your sleeve. Your baby's eyes look crazy, they're tugging at your sleeve. You walk the floor, wonder why, every breath you breathe. There's 7 breezes blowing all around the cabin door. 7 breezes blowing all around the cabin door. to